This is a Myth Archives entry. In this record, we are stepping into a narrow slice of sacred time, from 1200 to 1000 BCE. This is not a story told through legend. This is not a dramatization. This is a chronological archive. Across these 2 centuries, civilizations are consolidating their gods. Pantheons are structuring themselves. Divine hierarchies are forming. Sacred law is tightening. War gods rise. Judgment becomes formalized. Time itself becomes divine. In Mesoamerica, the feathered serpent takes symbolic shape. In Kemet, order and measurement govern the afterlife. In Israel, exclusivity strengthens. In the Norse world, wisdom demands sacrifice. In Yoruba lands, iron becomes sacred. In Vedic India, time begins to devour all things. This is a period of consolidation. A period of definition. A period where myth becomes structure. The following is a documented timeline of developments within this era, year by year, location by location, event by event, and why each moment matters. This is Myth Archives. And this is a slice of time. 1200 BCE in early Mesoamerica, within Proto-Olmec and Olmec regions, the feathered serpent archetype begins appearing in ceremonial symbolism. Sky and earth are unified in sacred imagery. This becomes one of the foundational deity structures of the Americas. In the ancient Levant, early Israelite strongman hero traditions emerge. Divinely empowered warrior myths begin forming, laying groundwork for later Samson narratives. At the same time, the concept of Satan appears in Hebrew tradition, not as a rebel being, but as an accuser, a role within divine order. Adversarial testing becomes part of sacred structure. Lilith-like figures also circulate in Hebrew folklore, showing the migration of Mesopotamian mythic influence into Israelite thought. In Kemet, Thoth appears extensively in funerary texts, ensuring ritual precision and divine record-keeping. Marat is depicted as the principle of eternal justice, reinforcing moral balance beyond death. Seshat governs sacred measurement and accounting. Sobek becomes linked to judgment in the duat, reinforcing consequence through powerful imagery. In Greece, the Olympian order consolidates. Zeus is positioned as ruler. Hermes formalizes communication between gods and mortals. Ars is included but morally unstable. Athena represents strategic intelligence. Apollo embodies prophecy and balance. Dionysus legitimizes sacred ecstasy. Pan remains outside full Olympian structure, preserving wild divinity. In Norse cosmology, Odin is established as All-Father, ruling through knowledge rather than brute force. In India, Yama's messengers are described, giving structure to the afterlife. Within early Hebrew tradition, divine knowledge is framed as transgression, linking awareness with obedience. Near Moab, in the valley of Shittim, the Israelite encounter with Baal Peor marks a theological shift toward exclusivity. 1050 BCE in ancient Israel, the Nazirite vow defines Samson's strength. Power becomes conditional upon obedience and covenant. 1040 BCE Samson defeats the Philistines through supernatural strength, becoming a personalized instrument of divine intervention. 1030 BCE in Gaza, Delilah betrays Samson. Intimacy becomes the pathway to vulnerability. 1025 BCE Samson destroys the Philistine temple in death. Strength is reclaimed through sacrifice, restoring divine purpose. 1000 BCE in Nubia and the Levant, Orset worship spreads beyond Kemet, signaling regional diffusion of Egyptian divinity. In Israelite theology, adversarial figures continue appearing as agents of divine testing. Apep in Kemet becomes formalized as embodiment of Isfet, cosmic disorder. In Yoruba lands of present-day southwestern Nigeria, Algun is venerated as divine blacksmith, linking iron, war, and civilization. Yemoja's worship expands across city-states, anchoring society through water and motherhood. In China, sword-bearing iconography becomes formalized, symbolizing judgment and authority. In the Norse world, Frigg is established as Odin's consort, reinforcing sovereign partnership. Thor emerges as defender of Midgard. Odin sacrifices his eye for wisdom, demonstrating knowledge requires loss. In Ashanti oral tradition, Omoki is depicted as female guardian over life and death. In Israelite tradition, angels are increasingly defined as messengers and enforcers, tied to law and divine record-keeping. Administrative theology expands. In late Vedic India, time becomes linked to Brahman. Kāla emerges as ultimate devourer, time itself as divine principle. In the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, condemnation of Baal worship consolidates in Hebrew texts. Monotheistic identity strengthens. End of archive entry.